Special good morning to you, Madam Speaker, and we will do our best to ensure that we have a beautiful day today. And let me say a special good morning to the listening public as we commence this Monday in this Honourable House. Madam Speaker, you know, there is this old saying, when, and I want to say it in Creole first, là yon macaque passe à rive Wézéen, you can't Wézéen see. It means that when a monkey cannot reach the grapes, it is saying that the grapes is sour. And I suspect that is what is happening with the CBI. But, Madam Speaker, for those who have ears to hear shall hear, those who have eyes to see shall see, and those who have mouth to speak will speak. And, Madam Speaker, this budget is a people's budget. It is people-oriented, and it is catering for every aspect of our society and the development of our beautiful country in terms of economic and social well-being. It further emits the energies and further cements the Dominican Labour Party commitment to ensuring that every Dominican enjoys a quality of life. It caters, Madam Speaker, for the sanitation engineer, the physically challenged, the businessman, the farmer, the hotelier, and the middle class, etc. But, Madam Speaker, we stayed here for almost 2 hours last week, listening really to something that could have been shortened. And the opening remarks of the leader of the opposition is querying about time and saying, I will abandon this and I will abandon that, I will abandon geothermal. Let me just start on geothermal. And I'm quoting from the remarks of the Honourable Prime Minister. And he said, I quote, "Today I'm pleased to provide an update on the significant progress that we have made over the last 12 months. We have established the Dominica Geothermal Development Company with the full complement of staff to move ahead with the construction." And further down, Madam Speaker, he said the funding for this project will come from various sources. Government will contribute $40.5 million. In addition to government's contribution, we have secured all the funds required to construct the plant from our development partners. Grant funding in the amount of $30 million. And, Madam Speaker, he went on to indicate where the funds are coming from. And later down, he said funding will also be obtained from the World Bank in the form of a loan of $16.2 million at highly concessionary rate of 0.75% with a 10 years grace period to be repaid over 40 years. What is it, Madam Speaker, for you to abandon geothermal when we are having all this coming to our beautiful, beautiful country where we can reduce on the cost of electricity? And his fellow members stayed there and really said, no. It's appalling, Madam Speaker. But, Madam Speaker, this is typical of members of the opposition. And, Madam Speaker, really, it was a 2 hours punishment to me to sit here and listen with no alternatives from the members of the opposition. And then you end with the national anthem as usual. And beating your chest, I'm a major, I did something good. What have you presented to the Dominican public to increase their livelihood? Well, Madam Speaker, let me just inform you, and I want you to listen carefully, the members of the opposition, that with all the eloquence, I must let you know, with all the eloquence, it becomes a liability to you when you don't pay attention to what you are saying. And, Madam Speaker, their laziness to research or search or find for factual information is a clear indication that they are educating themselves into imbecility. Madam Speaker, let me also let you know that the lack of patriotism in this country by some among us, they are going to suffocate. Because they don't speak good of this country, the beautiful country that all of us should be cherishing. And according, Madam Speaker, to Wikipedia, patriotism is an attachment to country. It can be viewed in terms of different features relating to one's homeland, including culture, ethics, political or historical aspect. It's more than color. It's all about serving your homeland with pride, in spite of all the challenges that we are facing in this global landscape. And Madam Speaker, what is amazing to me is to witness how the minority few among us try to betray, they tarnish, and at all costs, at all means possible, Madam Speaker, they want to black eye our beloved country, Dominica. And every genuine leader in the Caribbean and in the world are singing from the same tune, that being a leader at this moment in our era is a challenging time, Madam Speaker. We have faced, or we are confronted with many challenges. And all of us here, we are aware of some of those challenges, such as climate change, global terrorism, domestic crime, drugs, even digitalization that we fully embrace, political transformation and changing ideologies. Still yet, some wholeheartedly collude, Madam Speaker, with some foreigner, or if they form partnership, Madam Speaker, with individuals who knows very little about our beautiful country. And they try to destabilize. They're trying to create disunity. They propagate hate and spreading fake news. I firmly believe, Madam Speaker, that all the members of the opposition, all, they have intoxicated themselves in believing lies. And they need to come to the reality, Madam Speaker, that it is taking them nowhere. And thus, Madam Speaker, when at home, we all can display our in-house differences. But, Madam Speaker, when we enter into international forums and over the net, we must be careful with what we say about our country. And I would like to join, Madam Speaker, the majority of Dominicans at home and abroad to condemn the actions of those who are trying to black eye our country and inflicting irreversible pains on this beautiful country of ours. Madam Speaker, I've listened to several speakers from various forums speaking of if Columbus were to return, and the word Kalinago, and how we have developed over the past years, Madam Speaker. Reflecting on the word Kalinago, Madam Speaker, we have gone a long way, and we have really gone a long distance in our development, Madam Speaker. The Kalinago people who endured the agonizing stings of colonization, a people who endured the wrath of diseases brought among by settlers, by foreign settlers, Madam Speaker, and a people who bravely navigated the rugged terrain of Waitikubuli, Dominica, and put fierce resistance to protect this country that we have today, Madam Speaker. And we have pursued in our dreams to make our communities better. But, Madam Speaker, while the Kalinago people put all the resistance to ensure that we have Dominica today, we have some people traveling to distant places to destroy this country. Now, Madam Speaker, I'm hoping that history is paying attention, because when the Kalinago people put up their resistance to protect Dominica, they were called savages, and they were called warlocks. Now we have people who are traveling around the country, around the Caribbean, and on the international forums, trying to destroy this country. I wonder what history will record them as. And I hope that history is keeping an eye on them. And we need to know who are the real savages. Madam Speaker, we have really gone a long way, Madam Speaker. But most importantly, it was during the last 17 years under this Dominica Labour Party, Madam Speaker. And if Columbus were to return today, the aircraft would be controlled by a Kalinago pilot in the name of Rinster Luke, Madam Speaker. And I want to say thank you to the Dominica Labour Party for helping this young man to attain his dreams. If Columbus were to return, he would have no language barrier today, Madam Speaker, because it was the first time in our history, during the first term of the Dominica Labour Party, that we had 35 Kalinago students setting out to the shores of Venezuela to pursue studies in various disciplines. And several went to Cuba and to various countries around the globe, Madam Speaker. And even if the late president of China, Mao Zedong, were to come to Dominica now, without the Chinese community, we will be able to welcome him in Chinese, Madam Speaker. All because the Dominica Labour Party, this administration, has been creating the avenues so that many Dominicans can leave the shores of Dominica to go abroad to have a higher education. And if anyone across this country, Madam Speaker, doesn't want to have an education, they cannot blame the Dominica Labour Party for that. They must blame themselves, because there are a lot of opportunities being created by the Dominica Labour Party to ensure that every Dominican has a sound education. Madam Speaker, in the Salibia community, a young guy walked up to me and he said, well, they call me Clay, because my name is Casius and Clay, so they call me Clay. He said, Clay, I'm telling you just how he said it. I heard the leader of the opposition is going to CBS. What does that mean? Then, then he said, I told him, I really don't know what you mean, because I pay very little attention to the opposition. But he said to me, the only place I know that is called CBS is Castlebridge Secondary. Then I said, what is he going to do there? Then he said to me, he's going to talk about CBI. I said, CBI? He said, yes. He's coming to talk to us about childhood basic intelligence. I said, what is that? But Madam Speaker, that's in his own childhood state. That's what he said to me, and I'm not saying it. That's what he said. He's going to CBS, Castlebridge Secondary. I would congratulate him, Madam Speaker. But yes, reported speech, I cannot change it, Madam Speaker. But Madam Speaker, Madam Speaker, this administration, the Dominica Labour Party, is the first and only administration that has demonstrated its true interest in the well-being of the people of the Salibia constituency, and I hold no reservation in saying this, Madam Speaker. And I believe, Madam Speaker, it would only take the Dominica Labour Party to realize the level of development that is now going in the Salibia constituency, whether it is in education, housing, health, sanitation, social support, community development, Madam Speaker, you name it, it is happening in the Salibia constituency. And Madam Speaker, majority of the residents in the Salibia constituency, comprising of the Kalinago territory, Atkinson and Antrizal, they are saying that if, especially the elderly people, they are saying, si gouvernement sala ale, no fini bat abase se tiboy sala. It means that if the Dominica Labour Party has to leave office, we are going to suffer under the United Workers' Party, Madam Speaker. And this is true, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, as I said before, this is a people's budget, and there is something for everyone. While the opposition, in the usual, uninformed manner, saying the same old, and we have heard that several times, they have not presented any alternative. Not for health, not for agriculture, not for sanitation, As a matter of fact, they said they will abandon renewable energy, so, geothermal. But, Madam Speaker, I wish the member of the opposition was sitting here to listen. I would want to find out when last he drove past from Pokase to the airport and what is happening on the Liverpool Highway, Madam Speaker. We have started the solar lighting of this entire section of road, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, if you drive from the airport to Pokase, Madam Speaker, you will see men at work. And I'm very happy, and I must say thanks to the Ministry of Public Works for allowing 2 of my local contractors to be contracted to put solar light on this piece of infrastructure, Madam Speaker. And, Madam Speaker, this is giving the local contractors the opportunity, Madam Speaker, to prove themselves. And this is what we are doing. As a matter of fact, I have 2 contractors on this road, putting solar light on the Liverpool Highway, Madam Speaker. They haven't given anything, Madam Speaker, for small business development. Instead, they complain. In terms of small business development, Madam Speaker, I'll give you a case, Madam Speaker. I have an individual who is interested into sewing, but she took a little loan, and she can't repay that loan. But under our small business development in the Ministry of Kalinago Affairs, we gave her some assistance. And she came back crying because she was so happy. Most importantly, though, she's not a supporter of the Dominican Labour Party. You see, we spread the love around, Madam Speaker. She came and she said, Madam Speaker, no, I can produce enough. And I cannot go to the bank and tell them I will give you $200 every month. That's something I heard in the news also recently. But, Madam Speaker, she can meet her commitment. I brought some assistance to help her in getting her uniforms, Madam Speaker. And she said, I'll give it to somebody else who is more in need than me, because now I can help myself, Madam Speaker. And this is what small business is doing for us in the community. Madam Speaker, while small business or cottage industries does not have the capability to generate high financial returns, but there remains a critical part and a great contributor to national development and of the local economy, Madam Speaker. And this small business creates employment, and we've heard of the PM indicating of things that will be put in place to ensure that people benefit under the small business unit that we have in the ministry, Madam Speaker. Now, Madam Speaker, small business on its own, Madam Speaker, has a great part to play. It brings in creativity, innovation, and growth in the local community. And the people benefit because they are more inclined to develop new products, attract nouveau talents, and explore or augment on existing products that they may have. And small business, Madam Speaker, or small businesses, Madam Speaker, they are more responsive and has the capability to adapt to the ever-changing business landscape, Madam Speaker. They are more flexible. They are able to deal with economic shocks because customers remain loyal to the small businesses. They are part of the community. And so, Madam Speaker, although monies were allocated to the Ministry of Commerce, in the Ministry of Kalinago Affairs, we have $600,000 allocated to us directly, Madam Speaker, for us to deal with small businesses issues in the Salibia constituency. And we will continue to help our people within the Salibia constituency. Last financial year, Madam Speaker, we disbursed $500,000 worth, $500,000 to assist in small business. And in the coming few months, when you pass through the Salibia constituency, you'll realize that economic activities is growing significantly, Madam Speaker. And I'm hoping that all citizens, in spite of your colors, you can take advantage of the small business unit that we have on this beautiful country of ours. And I'm encouraging my Kalinago people and the residents of Atkinson and Antrizal to also tap in their fingers to ensure that they get some form of assistance from the small business unit. Well, they say, anyway, I won't go there, Madam Speaker. But, Madam Speaker, the allocations is for all Dominicans. And I hope that we can really take the opportunity to benefit from what is ours. Like I said, the budget is a people's budget. It is our budget, Madam Speaker. During the last financial year, we have seen a lot of exploration taking place in terms of finding new opportunities, Madam Speaker. And the majority of beneficiaries under the small business, they are saying thank you to the Dominican Labour Party for putting such mechanisms in place to have easier access to funding, Madam Speaker. In education, Madam Speaker, like I said, in this country, anyone who doesn't want, or I would rather say, anyone who is without an education, they don't want to be educated. Whether it is in adult education, after school classes, they are all available, Madam Speaker. And we really cannot blame this government. In fact, just last week, Madam Speaker, I understood that we had 9 Dominicans graduating from the Republic of Cuba, Madam Speaker. And one of those individuals there from the Salivia constituency. In fact, I had the opportunity to take him home yesterday afternoon coming from Cuba, Madam Speaker. And we are very grateful that the people of the Salivia constituency are really getting their share under the Dominican Labour Party. Madam Speaker, it is under this Dominican Labour Party administration that we have seen the unprecedented number of students leaving Dominica to pursue higher education. And Madam Speaker, in the past, students used to take loans to go abroad to study. Come back home, they're unable to pay for their loans. But today we have the government paying at least 99% of everyone's tuition who has gone abroad to study, including at the State College, Madam Speaker. And in the Salibia constituency, we are getting our fair share, Madam Speaker. And like I said, during the first term of the Dominican Labour Party, that was the first time we had 35 students at any one time leaving the country from the Salivia constituency to study in Venezuela. And now, Madam Speaker, they are back home giving their contribution towards the development of Dominica. Madam Speaker, when we hear the opposition speaking of we are doing nothing for young people, and they say we are poor and we are this and we are that, we see illegal activities and crime and violence. The biggest culprit of crime and violence are those who are calling their people to protest on the street at particular time. Disturbing Parliament, Madam Speaker, instead of putting their hands together and join with us to build this country, like what we did in the Botanical Garden, Madam Speaker, this is what they should join us to do. And instead of sit down and criticize in front of a console, these things must stop, Hector, Honourable John. Oh, the member for Salisbury. Sorry, Madam Speaker. Thank you, Madam Speaker, for guiding me. And if I'm saying anything unparliamentary, please guide me because we may say it. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
You don't even have to ask.
Excuse me, Madam
You don't even have to ask.
Okay, thank you, Madam Speaker, for letting me know that. But, Madam Speaker, next month, Madam Speaker, next month, we will have another Kalinago brother leaving the Salibia constituency, traveling all the way to China to pursue his studies in engineering. To date, Madam Speaker, I can count of at least 5 individuals from the Salivia constituency who has gone to China to study. So soon, while the rest of the population now and then they mistake us for Chinese, then we may start speaking Chinese too. Madam Speaker, lest I forget, During the budget presentation yesterday, last week, sorry, and I'm looking at the faces of the members of the opposition. And Madam Speaker, I'm trying to find a decent word to describe their faces, but it's difficult to find. Very difficult. And the only thing I could come up with is zero. Oh, zero. There's no smile. There seems to be in their own world, like they are in a balloon and they cannot see from outside. Or, you know, like when a frog is at the bottom of a drum, it can only see what is above its head because it has no view of what the world is like outside. And this is how they saw this budget, Madam Speaker, because they cannot see the broader picture. They don't understand the broader picture of what is in this budget for every Dominican, Madam Speaker. Like I said, this budget is about making the learning environment more conducive for our physically challenged, Madam Speaker. And this is important. We have many cases, Madam Speaker, where those with physical disabilities must remain at home. One parent cannot go to work because this child is in need of 24 hours care. And you have maybe the father who might be a farmer, doesn't have the economic means to help that child, Madam Speaker. This individual remains at home, remain unproductive. But with this budget, Madam Speaker, we are seeing hope for those who are physically challenged. They will have the opportunity to go to school, have an education. And if it's so they can sew, Madam Speaker, they will learn to sew, Madam Speaker. And making it more conducive and friendly to the citizens with disability is a great ease on the immediate family, and I wholeheartedly welcome this aspect of this budget. And I want to let the listening public know, Madam Speaker, that in the Salibia constituency, we have started the process, and we are progressing. Those who are doing the typing, it might be difficult for you, so I'm going to take my time to pronounce it. It is the Isulukati Special Needs School in Crayfish River. It's a special needs school, Madam Speaker, where those with the challenges that we have just spoken of, where they are attending school. And they are being very creative. And they are doing something which is called from waste to gold, where they're using the old plastic bottles thrown away by whoever drank from them. They're collecting it and making it useful, Madam Speaker. That means, Madam Speaker, with this aspect for our physically challenged citizens, it means that the parents can now go to work. They have more breathing space and shoulder space to perform their chores, Madam Speaker. And helping children with special need, Madam Speaker, is good news, and I believe God is going to continue to bless the Dominican Labour Party to ensure that they remain in power to help those who are physically challenged. It's okay. The opposition, they don't need to be here because they don't have anything substantial to give to this honorable house. Madam Speaker, I'm particularly pleased that in this financial year, we have $100,000 allocated for the construction of the Sineku classroom block, which will be done during this financial year. And on behalf of the residents of Sineku, the students and parents, I want to say a special thanks to the Ministry of Education and the Honorable Peter Saint-Jean for ensuring that this is allocated for in this budget in this financial year. Mr. Saint-Jean, thank you very much, but I'll be coming for more. Madam Speaker, also in this financial year, Madam Speaker, we shall see the commencement of preliminary works on the construction of a cassava processing plant in the Salibia constituency, Madam Speaker. And for this, we have $100,000, and it is envisaged that before the end of this government terms in office, the plant will be completed and being operated. This, Madam Speaker, will add value to the range of the tourism products that we hold in the Salibia constituency. This, Madam Speaker, is going to create employment, spur economic activities, and improve the community livelihood. And Madam Speaker, in the past, you know, people used to look down on the Kalinago people, and they used to say, cassava, to some extent, is a poor man's food. But today, Madam Speaker, cassava is no longer being seen as a poor man's food, but as a rich man's food. And, Madam Speaker, I hope it is not unparliamentary, but I can assure you that in the coming years, cassava is going to be the next sexy thing on the island. Because, Madam Speaker, under the Ministry of Trade, we have received assistance in providing training for people to learn to make different stuff from cassava, different products. And, Madam Speaker, there are a lot of other products that I can speak of, but due to time constraint, I will not really get into them. But, Madam Speaker, there's the energy product that I believe I'll bring a sample so that sometimes we can have a taste of the cassava products that we have in the constituency, Madam Speaker. Now, Madam Speaker, cassava is critical to our diet, and I wish Dominican can really start thinking of cassava in that way. And of course, in the food chain, Madam, as a matter of fact, Madam Speaker, it is one of the most resilient tropical crops that we have on island, Madam Speaker. We have banana, we used to call it green gold. Banana is gone, Madam Speaker. Sigatoka got rid of our bananas. It is known, Madam Speaker, cassava, Madam Speaker, is known to be the highest producer of carbohydrates among staple crops. And according to the FAO, Madam Speaker, cassava ranks 4th as a food crop in developing countries after rice, maize, and wheat. And cassava can be stored in the ground for several seasons, therefore serving as a food reserve. When other crops fail, Madam Speaker, cassava will remain standing. Madam Speaker, I assure you that cassava, like I said, is going to become our next goal. And cassava, Madam Speaker, has numerous qualities that we must pay attention to, such as improving our health and wellness, providing energies, protecting and repairing our body tissue, lowering blood cholesterol, reducing risk of heart disease, building strong bones, keeping normal metabolism, and most importantly, Madam Speaker, it has a cancer-fighting agent, meaning to say it is helping in preventing cancer, Madam Speaker. And Madam Speaker, it is important because these days we are hearing of so many individuals, mostly our productive age, are suffering from cancer. And our ladies, Madam Speaker, it seems like we are losing them to cancer. And we need to do something to help, something in our diet to reverse that trend, Madam Speaker. And I believe cassava is going to help us in that aspect, Madam Speaker. And so, Madam Speaker, I welcome the fund for the development of the Kalinago People Cassava Processing Plant. Senator, the Honourable Senator from Cassava, I'll bring you some cassava products because it is going to help you quite a bit from aging, my friend. Madam Speaker, last year, during the launching of Kalinago Week, Madam Speaker, we made mention of a fund, an emergency fund for the Kalinago people. And I'm very happy, Madam Speaker, that starting off in this financial year, $60,000 was made available towards this fund, Madam Speaker. And I believe it is going to help the people of the Salivia constituency a long way. Because, you know, Madam Speaker, to come to the main city, we need to pay $10 to come, $10 to go, $10 to eat. It is a burden, Madam Speaker, especially for our elders who doesn't have the economic means, Madam Speaker. And sometimes you have unforeseen circumstances. A senior citizen made us fall and may damage his or her hips. We would be able, Madam Speaker, from this fund to almost instantly assist this individual in getting medical attention. And so, Madam Speaker, we welcome that in the Ministry of Kalinago Affairs. And really and truly, Madam Speaker, we are all fully aware of the unexpected events. And when they happen, most times we are not prepared. And this will assist us in doing just that, providing for our people, Madam Speaker. And of course, Madam Speaker, there are other elements in the Salivia constituency that everyone on island they are aware of. So no need to get into that. Madam Speaker, while putting mechanisms in place to create economic independence for the residents of the Salivia constituency, the Kalinago territory, most importantly, the fund will really go a long way in assisting us. In tourism, Madam Speaker, we have in this budget under the Ministry of Tourism and Urban Renewal, $250,000 for the renovation of the roof of the Kalinago Barana OT, and $70,000 for signage and development at various tourism sites throughout the Salibia constituency, from Sineku to Antrizal. And Madam Speaker, I said Kalinago Barana OT very slowly because, Madam Speaker, this is one of the best tourism site on island, or the tourism spot on island, Madam Speaker. And what the government has done, Madam Speaker, is to invest in this community by the seaside, Barana OT, to ensure that employment is being created. And this $250,000 in renovating the roof, Madam Speaker, I see it creating employment for at least 15 individuals for a period of at least 2 months, Madam Speaker. Signage, Madam Speaker, people will know where they are heading to and where they are coming from. And Madam Speaker, along the way to the Kalinago Barana OT, we have the Iwasi retreat, something that was highly criticized by the members on the opposition side. They said, oh, why put a retreat next to the Barana OT? It's going to compete with the Barana OT and they will not be able to make money. Madam Speaker, this is totally untrue, Madam Speaker. What we have seen, Madam Speaker, is that people can now come to the Kalinago Barana OT, have a true feeling, a true experience of the Kalinago people's life in the past, and then have, can I find a proper word for them to describe it? This moment of silence with nature, Madam Speaker, at the Iwasi retreat. And we will continue to invest, Madam Speaker, if we have to. Farmers are benefiting because they must produce food for the Iwasi and the kitchen at Kalinago Barana OT. Even those who are interested in planting vetiver for making oil, Madam Speaker, the vetiver people, who are the vetiver farmers, they are benefiting because they can now sell vetiver and earn a little income to help the family. So, Madam Speaker, the craft vendors, Madam Speaker, they are the ones going to benefit the most, Madam Speaker, because they are right there doing the craft. When the tourists are passing, they are buying from them. So we have on-the-spot demonstration, and this is what is attracting the visitors to the Kalinago Barana OT, because they have a feel and a better appreciation for the culture and the people of the Salibia constituency. Madam Speaker, yesterday I heard the member for the Marigot constituency, the Honourable Lennox Linton, speaking about the playground or the playing field in Concord. When last have you visited Concord, Honourable Member, for the opposition? As a matter of fact, I am the one representing the people of Concord. I have cleaned the playing field for the people of Concord using the NEP. And what I have done, Madam Speaker, we have to be real, Madam Speaker. When I came, Madam Speaker, in moving around the constituency, I passed at a particular place in Concord. It's part of the Marigot constituency. And I saw the situation of an elderly lady. It's like you could stand on one side, on the road, you could almost see the river on the other side of the house by looking at the house. And I'm saying, but who is representing this part? They told me it's the member of the opposition, the leader of the opposition. And I said, I cannot, in this day and age, allow a lady to be living in such conditions. And I went to the Minister of Finance. Madam Speaker, and I said to him, sir, I have a situation in Concord that I must deal with. And Madam Speaker, I got the materials, the same materials they say I'm bribing people with. The lady is not voting in my constituency. The lady is voting in the member for Marigot constituency. I built her a home, Madam Speaker. Right now, Madam Speaker, the last time when I visited her, Madam Speaker, with this smile on her face, Madam Speaker, she told me, Pal Rep, come inside. This is my room. This is my son's room. This is my bathroom, and look, my kitchen. What do you want to eat? Something she could have never done where she used to live, Madam Speaker. And as a matter of fact, Madam Speaker, while my how do you call it, boundaries is from the territory to Antristle, Madam Speaker, people from North End, they're coming to me, Madam Speaker, and they're asking me how can I assist them because they are getting no representation. And even in Marigot, Madam Speaker, I will just, after saying this, I will forget about Marigot for a while. That the people of Marigot, they've started calling me their pal because they see me coming and dealing with people, Madam Speaker. There are issues in Marigot to deal with. And the member for the opposition is fully aware that just next to Jeffrey in Marigot, I don't know, he call it, what road do you call it? Back road? The road is undermined, and I said, I need to make a little representation, first of a back wall there. And the same day when I passed, Madam Speaker, I spoke about it. 2 hours later, Madam Speaker, there was an accident. So, Madam Speaker, this shows the level of representation that the opposition gives. Madam Speaker, if you remember last time when I spoke right here in Parliament, I said that we need to beautify the entire road from Pokase to the airport, Madam Speaker. From Pokase to the airport, Madam Speaker. Up to now, Madam Speaker, I haven't seen anything done to clean and beautify the streets, the main street of Marigot, from the airport to North End, Madam Speaker. And what I have done, I will still continue to send my Kalinago people to clean Marigot if the member doesn't want to do it. And that's why I'm doing from North End. Yes, from North End. And if he gives me a little bit more time, I will clean the entire road from the airport to Pokase into Kenfield, Madam Speaker. Because it is a good feeling experience to drive on that beautiful road, clean with flowers planted. But it doesn't come to Marigot. Anyway, let me leave Marigot alone. So, Madam Speaker, sports development, in this budget, we have 50,000 for the further development of Jolly John's facility. We have started building the washrooms, and I can assure the residents of the Salibia constituency that the Jolly John's washroom and water will be installed during this financial year, Madam Speaker. As a matter of fact, as we are completed here, once the budget is approved, I will ask my PS to reserve the money so that we can start immediately on the completion of the washrooms at Jolly John's. And while I'm at Jolly John's, members of the opposition and my fellow cabinet colleagues, I would like to welcome you to the Kalinago territory on Saturdays and Sundays, because that's where we are having first-class cricket every weekend. So I welcome all of us here. And for some of the members who have never been to the Kalinago territory since after election, sitting in one particular spot playing a little domino, and after election they abandon us. They go back home. They don't know if if their former deputy leader is alive or dead. They have never passed through the territory to see how the NEP is doing some beautiful works on our roads. They haven't passed to see the road developments that is ongoing. But you hear them on the radio talking about the minister for the Kalinago territory is doing nothing. I'll tell you what we are doing, Madam Speaker. We are empowering youth and business-minded people, farmers, and every aspect of the society, Madam Speaker. That's what we are doing in the Salibia constituency. Madam Speaker, over the past 2 years, we have spent, or this government has spent a lot of money in the Salibia constituency. and I will not go into the first one, I'm just going to do in the last 3 months, Madam Speaker. 3 months ago, Madam Speaker, we embarked on the Community Road Enhancement Program. And I'm very proud. I'm very happy to be a member of the Dominica Labour Party, Madam Speaker. And Madam Speaker, I am proud to report that in the Antrizal community, we have spent $123,800 on the road in Antrizal, or how they call it, the Antrizal Community Road. We have spent that amount of money, and the road is completed, Madam Speaker. The people, they are happy that the road is completed. And they are saying thank you to the government for seeing it fit to fund the road. In Samuel in Atkinson, Madam Speaker, we have spent $45,850, Madam Speaker, and likewise they are very happy. On the Horseback Ridge, Madam Speaker, we are currently spending $390,250 on that piece of infrastructure, Madam Speaker. And I can tell you, Madam Speaker, the farmers, when they are passing, every day they are saying, thanks God for the Dominica Labour Party, because finally the road is being rehabilitated. Not only for the farmers, Madam Speaker, but this is a route that during the tourism season that is highly utilized, Madam Speaker. You stay there for 4 years, or you destroy the economy. Now you want to come and talk about 17 years. Madam Speaker, in the Upper Hilltown area, Madam Speaker, we are spending $137,500, and finishing touches is being done, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, in Concord, Madam Speaker, we are spending $147,700, and Madam Speaker, again, we are doing finishing touches. In Sineku, we have spent $41,600. The road is completed, Madam Speaker. And let me see that. This, altogether, Madam Speaker, we have spent $886,700 for road rehabilitation in the Salibia constituency, Madam Speaker. And, Madam Speaker, most importantly, we have created employment for at least 70 individuals. And all the contractors, Madam Speaker, they are from the Salibia constituency. So you can well understand the economic spinach, Madam Speaker, that is going to have, the impact it is going to have on the local economy. Now, Madam Speaker, in this financial year, with funds coming from constituency empowerment, we will see the completion of the Salibia School Road, the Gullet River Betwoods Road, the Sineku Kwek Road, and the Badaka to Antrizal Road, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, the funding from constituency empowerment, we will also see the commencement of a washroom facility in Sineku and in Gullet River, Madam Speaker. If anyone, Madam Speaker, in the Salibia constituency is not engaged now, like I said, for education, those who are not educated, they don't want to be educated. Those who are not engaged now, Madam Speaker, they don't want to be engaged. There is something for every individual in the Salibia constituency to do now to get some economic, to take advantage of the economics that we are having there now, Madam Speaker. Over the past 4 months, Madam Speaker, in the Salibia constituency, we have seen 170 young men, young men and women, Madam Speaker, have been employed in the constituency. And I expect that an increase in the coming few months, because we will have a lot of economic activities happening, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, in terms of housing, really and truly, Madam Speaker, I don't know how much more we can thank the government for putting mechanisms in place to help the people of the Salibia constituency. Because really, I'm very happy with the amount that have been spent on housing, Madam Speaker. And we will continue. As a matter of fact, Madam Speaker, today, now as I speak, Madam Speaker, I'm building 4 new homes in Sineku for individuals who doesn't have a proper place to live, Madam Speaker. And the good thing is, Madam Speaker, we don't have to wait for budget to be approved for us to continue our programs, our projects. And these 4 houses, Madam Speaker, Let me give you, and so that members of the opposition can better understand what the poor man is feeling, the man with no shoe on his feet, Isaac. They don't have no understanding of how difficult it is when we have a lady or an elderly man sleeping in his home, and when it is raining, you have to sit down on your bed and wait for the shower to be over. They don't know how difficult it is that when you wake up in the morning because you did not have a proper night rest, you feel fatigued. They don't have the luxury to sit and utter nonsense and still have to pay for their mouths, Madam Speaker. So these people, they are in need, Madam Speaker, and what I will ensure that I do is to ensure that every resident of the Salibia constituency has a proper place to rest his or her head, and when she wakes up in the morning, she can feel proud, or he can feel proud to say that I now have a place that I call home. And many of them, by the way, the member for the opposition, if you don't want the 15 houses that the Prime Minister was going to give to you, give it to me, I want it. There are many individuals that I need to help still. Yeah, pass it on to me. Because the government has been spending millions of dollars in terms of housing assistance. Madam Speaker, I've just completed 3 houses for single occupancy, Madam Speaker. And like I said, today we are starting 4 new structures, and these individuals, I'm hoping to hand over their keys to them by month end. We cannot waste time, because time is not waiting for us, Madam Speaker. So while members of the opposition, they can find time to go to Guyana, they can go to all other places, they cannot find time to come to things of interest in the Dominican interest. We don't have time, Madam Speaker, for that. We have time for us to ensure that we bring comfort to our people and let them have a better way of life, Madam Speaker. And Madam Speaker, we can go on to deal with the sanitation program, Madam Speaker. In the Salibia constituency, in Sileku, Madam Speaker, we are now completing the sanitation program in the tune of $589,000, Madam Speaker, and it is bringing a great relief to the people of the Salibia constituency. Health, Madam Speaker, we hear about we're going to build 4 trauma centers in 4 corners of Dominica. Madam Speaker, right in Marigot, Madam Speaker, we'll see the commencement of the new Marigot Hospital. And they make the whole story about saying we don't have a hospital close to the airport. Where next? Where else? Do you have a hospital attached to the airport, Mr. Honourable Member for Marigot? I don't know. I tried my best. I researched, Madam Speaker. I couldn't find one. But, so Madam Speaker, we'll see the development of the health facility or the new Marigot Hospital commencing, Madam Speaker. And the member for Marigot is fully aware of that, Madam Speaker.
You have 5 minutes left.
No, that's okay. So, Madam Speaker, with that happening, Madam Speaker, and I have had my fair share, Madam Speaker, I understand what it is. Because the Salibia constituency is divided into 2 sections. One is to the Castlebrooks Health District, the other one onto the Marigot Health District. And so, Madam Speaker, sometimes, and it's a rough thing, it's tough to be a PAL rep in the Salibia constituency, because really and truly the only person that they know is the PAL rep. So when there's a situation at night, I've had instances where I have to leave to go to Wesley at 1 o'clock in the morning and must go back home to leave home at 6 o'clock to get to work, Madam Speaker. But with the new Marigot Hospital, it will definitely ease the community, Madam Speaker. And likewise, on the Castlebrooks end, it will help us, Madam Speaker. But most importantly for me, Madam Speaker, is the development of the new National Hospital. Because we have heard in several forums, the Honourable Minister for Finance and Prime Minister, he said that we piloted the free healthcare program started in the Salibia constituency. When he visited and some elderly lady home sick can't go to the hospital because they are owing a little thing. And he said 60 years and over, we don't have to, well, they don't have to pay, but the government must pay for the services for them, Madam Speaker. And Madam Speaker, with the new hospital coming in, Madam Speaker, I believe every Dominican, every right-thinking Dominican, and every patriotic Dominican must say thank you to the Chinese government for giving us such a gift, Madam Speaker. So Madam Speaker, I would like to ask members on the opposition and fellow Dominicans alike to embrace what we have today. We don't know what we will get tomorrow. And when I started, I said, "Le macaque with the When the monkey cannot reach the grapes, it is saying the grapes is sour. And most importantly, though, Madam Speaker, it's the male monkey who will say that to the female monkey, because the female monkey is asking for grapes, but the male monkey cannot reach the grapes. It's the grapes is sour. Now, Madam Speaker, when we go around criticizing the CBI, Madam Speaker, and saying there's no due diligence, and we are putting passport in the hands of criminals, they can't reach it yet. But be careful what we do, because when you think that the grapes will still be bearing, and you're criticizing it now saying it is sour, be careful that when the day come, God forbid, and you get in power for you to reach that grapes, it will not be bearing anymore, and you will be in serious problem, Madam Speaker. Because Madam Speaker, this is the livelihood of our economy, Madam Speaker. And when instead of embracing the opportunities that we have, we are trying to throw them away. And so, Madam Speaker, you see, even in agriculture, Madam Speaker, we are seeing so much is being done in agriculture now. We have never seen this happening before, Madam Speaker. And you come and you sit down and criticize. But, Madam Speaker, I have good news for them, that in the Salibia constituency, also, Madam Speaker, we will see the commencement of the development of an agricultural station, Madam Speaker. And this is going to help us significantly. Not too long ago, I don't want to talk too much about Marigot, but it's annoying to see the amount of lands, Madam Speaker.
1 minute left.
Yeah.
I move that the Honourable Minister for Kalinago Affairs be given an additional 5 minutes to complete his presentation.
Seconded, Madam Speaker.
It has been moved and seconded that the minister be given a further 5 minutes to complete his contribution. Those in favor? Those against? The ayes have it. Continue, please.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Like I was saying, Madam Speaker, I pass through the community of Marigot, Madam Speaker, and I'm looking at the amount of lands, Madam Speaker, that is being wasted. And I'm saying, but this place is really and truly almost abandoned. And there are opportunities in agriculture, Madam Speaker, that the people, the residents of, starting from Portsmouth, way back to Castle Bruce until we get to the other end of Dominica, Madam Speaker, there are opportunities for us. But instead we take the opportunities, or some of us, we are discouraging our residents to take those opportunities, Madam Speaker. I really don't know how to describe it, Madam Speaker, but it is hurting to see that people who should know better among us, they are the ones discouraging people. I have instances, Madam Speaker, where individuals came to me and asked questions about the funds at the Aid Bank, and I gave them the little information that I had. And they said, Madam Speaker, but when my pal rep came to me and the pal rep told me, for you to get a loan at the Aid Bank, you need land title. You need to have a home of more than $100 and something thousand. You need X, you need Y. The only thing they didn't ask for is a birth certificate. But that is the old news they have out there, Madam Speaker, discouraging people. But we are on our mission, Madam Speaker, to make life better for every citizen, and we will continue to do that. We have the hotels been constructed in Portsmouth, where we will have hundreds of people, hundreds of opportunities. Vacancies will be available for people to take advantage of, Madam Speaker. but instead of encouraging people to get into agriculture, go into the right field, and let us see how we can capitalize on the opportunities that we have a minority few among us discouraging our people. And let me just say this finally, Madam Speaker, that those, or the member for Salisbury, who just said a moment ago about the bribing with galvanized and plywood and stuff so. My friend, I will continue to do that as long as I live. I will help my people to ensure that there is a better roof over their head, there's a better surrounding for them to live. And if needs be, I will go to take care of them myself, Madam Speaker, because this is what the Creator has us for.
That's right.
We have a very short time on earth, Madam Speaker, and if we don't spend it wisely, when we are before the Creator, He will deal with us, Madam Speaker. And I, Madam Speaker, I'm just entering my 40s somewhere about. I still believe that I have a little life to live still. But those who are almost nearing retirement, Madam Speaker, they need to be careful what they are doing. Because I don't want for when I'm walking the streets in the Kalinago territory, an old man, and my stick drops from my hand, and for one of those young Kalinagos to take my stick and throw it in the bush. I want for when I'm walking, Madam Speaker, in my old age, that I'm walking with my stick, a young Kalinago brethren will come, they will hold my hand and they'll say, whatever they call me, let me help you to walk the distance that you're going through, Madam Speaker. Because we need to care for our people, understand their pains, Madam Speaker, and how we can help them. With this, Madam Speaker, I fully support the estimates for 2017-2018, Madam Speaker. May God bless Dominica, and may God continue to bless the Dominica Labour Party. I thank you, Madam Speaker.